Now it's goodbye to Geiranger. There are 3 ways that you can go to Geiranger or leave Geiranger. And one of them is the one I was talking about yesterday, the road right over here on the other side. The other one is by boat. And the third one is this road I'm standing on right now. It's called Ørnevejen, or Eagle's Road if I need to translate it into English. This road is really notorious. People are afraid of driving this road, and I have driven it with a caravan on the hitch, and it wasn't easy. But with the Kia and the camplet, it was no problem at all. It was just driving up the hill like we had nothing on the hitch. And the camplet is really easy to drive with because you almost don't feel it's behind the car. And if you wonder how high and steep this road is, check out here. You see down there? That's Geiranger. If you think Ørnevejen, Eagle's Road here, looks difficult to drive, just wait and see. Of course, we're going to drive on to what's supposed to be the most difficult road to drive in Norway. Sometimes when you drive around here in Norway, there are these small ferries to cross the fjords or to sail from one fjord to another. And they're not really that expensive, but it saves you a lot of time taking these other than driving all the way around the fjord. Now we have reached the road I was talking about, the most difficult road to drive in Norway. And please check out here. Right behind me here. It's really this tourist site too, so it's not only a road, it's really the whole area here is a tourist site with restaurants and paths you can walk in the nature and everything. But look here, I'm standing here like holding on because I'm afraid to fall off the edge here, but isn't that impressive? It has a really fun story. It was opened in 1936, and the reason the first road was built was that there was a farm up here that had one yearly market fair, and that was the only way they could reach the fair, so they built this road. There are 11 narrow turns here in this road, and every turn has its own name, and it's named after the guys who built this road. So it's kind of funny story. It's no problem driving up a road like this, but we are going down, so we have to be really careful with the brakes on the car because it's easy that they heat up, and that we don't want that to happen. But the good thing is we had the camplet after the Kia, and the camplet doesn't weigh that much, and it has its own brake system as well. So I don't think it's going to be a problem driving down this road. But a good tip is to be aware on which gear you're in. As you can see, the battery is 10% now, but now we're going to drive down the Trollstigen, and it's very interesting to see how much power there's on the battery when we get down. Now we landed here at Åndalsnes camping, and we drove the Trollstigen from the top to the bottom. And it was in fact a lot easier than I thought. The car and the camplet did amazingly. The funny thing is, this is a plug-in car, hybrid plug-in, and when we started at the top it had 10% power on the battery. When we landed down in the bottom of the Trollstigen, it had 27. The good thing is it charges on the way. When we drive down and use the motor brake and we use the brakes, it charges all the way down. After driving the Trollstigen, we landed here at Åndalsnes camping. and we are staying here for 2 nights. We have already had the first night here, and one thing I experienced, it's a pretty big campsite. There's a lot of people staying here, like season campers who stay there all season, and there's a lot of tourists as well. They have different kinds of cabins and different kind of pitches. The one we are on is with electricity, and there are some without electricity as well. Some of the pitches are located really beautifully right down to the river here, but almost anywhere you are when you're on this side of the road, you can see the river, so you don't have to stay right on the bank to have the beautiful view. One thing I experienced, it's a really noisy campsite. You can hear it behind me here. There's a road going right through the campsite, and that's a public road, so there's a lot of noise 24/7. And on the other side of the river, there's a railway and a main road that carries a lot of heavy traffic. So it's a pretty noisy place to stay. But the campsite is located really beautifully, 17 kilometers from Trollstigen and close to Åndalsnes city. If you get hungry in the evening, there's a cafe and a little shop where you can buy some stuff up. They say it's a modern campsite. The facilities are okay, not really that clean, but it's okay. I won't call them really modern, but they're up to standard. We are going on a hike today, and we're going up here 2 kilometers that way and 2 kilometers down again. And there is a lift here that takes you half the way up, but we are too cheap. We don't want to pay the price it costs, and we're going to walk all the way up. Trollstigen here has a beautiful, beautiful viewpoint at the top, and that's what we're heading for. We walk up this path, and it's really a good path to walk on. But funny thing is, look at those funny things we see on the way here. Figures and things. This is the first one. I wonder if there's going to be any more further up. It's really nice with these small viewpoints on the way up, where you can sit here on a bench and relax for a little bit before you go further up the hill. It started out as an even walking path down there, but believe me, it changes when you get further up here. This is not the most even path I've ever walked on, but I think we'll make it to the top. Sorry if I sometimes sound a little out of breath, but it's not that easy walking up the path here. This road I don't want to walk, it's called hell. Oh, I really have to catch my breath here. It's really steep walking up here. Now we have walked for about a little more than a kilometer, and when we come up here, you will see these steps, and they're made from natural rocks. And as far as I know the story, they're built by Sherpas from Tibet. Whew, now we walked almost 1.5 kilometers uphill, and it's really hard. But I can see the goal is right up there. So now it's just up those stairs and all the way up there. Oh, too scary. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. We have stayed 2 days here in Åndalsnes, and we have been all the way up there on the top, which was really, really hard. But we also had a good time here in the camplet. And last night it was really raining cats and dogs. It was really bad. But everything stayed dry, and it was really good just sitting in the awning and relaxing. Now it's goodbye to Åndalsnes, and now we're moving even deeper into the Norwegian fjordland.